Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. Today I want to bring you a deck that I actually really enjoy playing. So if you guys have seen some of my tournament gameplay, you've seen that I brought this deck to last seasonal, and even brought it to the Master in Runeterra like $5,000 championship. And I think it was actually very good last meta because it could do well versus like Pantheon decks and versus Silver decks. And now that we have Pantheon and Silver decks being a thing again, it's possible that this might be a good counter pick for those decks as well in a tournament setting, right? Especially because now one of his worst matchups, which was Ari Cannon, is no longer in the field. So the deck that I'm bringing you today is going to be Viego Kindred. The way that this deck plays is that you're playing kind of more controlly, and you're obviously just trying to play for the late game where you try to win with level of Viego, level of Kindred, or just a big Hydro Bind making it so the opponent can never kill you, right? To get to that point, again, because we're playing for these champions, and I consider Hydro Bind to just be the third champion of our deck, right? So Kindred, Viego, Hydro Bind are big keys. The rest of our deck is kind of to get us to those points, to kind of stall long enough for us to get there, while also being able to control the opponent's board. I do play one aristocrat just to have a little bit more presence against aggro, just have a little bit of a one drop there. The two Ravenous Butcher I think is very underrated in this type of deck because he allows you to get the proc from Kindred for free at 0 cost, which can catch a lot of people by surprise. We do play 6 2-drops because again we do want to stall, not take too much damage early. The Green Green Lookout could make our Viego or Hydro Bind lower cost, while the Fading Icon is just gives us 2 blocker, really great card right now, and it can block stuff like Stone Stackers on turn 2, right? Glimpse from Beyond gives us the draw that we need in this deck while also being able to trigger the Kindred ability. Syncopation, 1 of Syncopation, I think 2 is a little too much. It's a way to save our units for free because remember, we do summon a lot of ephemerals from the Soldier or the Hydrobind, or even just the Prey from the Fading Icon that you don't mind swapping one of those units to be able to save your Viego, your Kindred, or your Hydrobind from something like Concerted Strike or Vengeance. It's a great counter for a lot of those cards, so it's a 2 mana to counter our Vengeance. It's amazing. Triple Twin lets you survive, with especially keeping Kindred or Viego alive. Battlefield, anti-aggro tool, nice poke. The Soldier is such a good card. It can stall the opponent's aggression by presenting 2 blockers that the opponent has to deal with. Like if you play this on turn 3 when the opponent is supposed to attack into you, now you have a 3/3 blocker plus a 1/1 ephemeral that you don't care about dying. The double stun is a way to stop like stuff like Pantheons, right? Denies to stop things like valleys for the most part, or even stuff like Vengeance or Concerted Strike, depending on the key unit. I do like one of Spirit's Refuge. Sometimes you might end up getting a little bit too low in health against like a really fast deck. So the Spirit's Refuge allows you to heal up because a lot of the times your Viego is going to be really big. Sometimes a level of Kindred can become really big as well. So you can get a lot of lifesteal from putting your Spirit's Refuge on something. And then again, because we're playing a super control deck, I do like Triple Vengeance. It's a way to just kill Pantheon right off the bat, or kill one of the opponent's key units right off the bat. And then one Atrocity to finish up the game, because like we just talked about Spirit's Refuge, your units can get really big really fast. Again, this deck is really fun. It's really slow. It's not the best deck in the current meta, but it does have a place where you can win a lot of matchups, as you're going to see in the games today. Just really try to play for the Kindred or Viego level up conditions, and that's how you're going to end up winning the game. So again, if you like this video, please make sure to like it below, and you can also subscribe to us for more LOR videos every single day. I'll see you all at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Yuumi Pantheon. We do have stuns to be able to stop him, and obviously we also have the Vengeance. But I think it's still going to be very awkward for us to be able to win. Like, I don't think the Battlefields, I don't think it's a matchup where we keep Battlefields. I like keeping the Soldiers. Okay, Viego's gonna be pretty big, so that's pretty good for us. Oh, especially now that we also have the Hydra. The problem is like Concerted Strike, right? Concerted Strike is able to kill our Viego or our Hydra. We do have Twin now, and we also have Syncopation. He also gets the free value from the Mountain Goat because we don't have any. We didn't get our 2 attack units. So we didn't get either the Green Lookout, or we also didn't get the Fading Icon, right? Either one of those could have been able to block the Goat. So opponent just got a free value there out of nowhere. We do have Kindred now too, which is actually pretty nice. Obviously we're gonna have to block. We're gonna have to block the Goat next turn using the Soldier. I think this turn we're just gonna do Kindred. Kindred's gonna be pretty nice versus them as well. because Kindred's gonna force a single combat, right? So Kindred's gonna force a single combat. So I'm gonna block this. I'm gonna block this because if he has single combat, he probably wants to do it on the Pantheon to take advantage of the barrier, right? So I'm gonna put him on having single combat. So this means that now he doesn't have barrier. And if he does single combat, we can do the Twin Discipline to save the Kindred and kill whatever unit and trigger the Kindred ability. Okay, he's just gonna pale. Alright. I respect that as well. Here we can just do the second soldier. And then we can glimpse, right? I guess now he could have Concerted Strike. Is that a little bit annoying? I think we do it like this. Not gonna attack with the Kindred because the quick attack could get punished by like a sharp side, right? If he whatever he commits here, like him doing this means that we can twin, by the way. What if it's this? What if this is the play? Sharp side puts him at. So if we do twin and he has a sharp side on the Pantheon, the sharp side will put the Pantheon at 6 health, and our Twin Discipline can still kill it. I think this is actually the play right here. I think this is the play because single combat is not enough. Sharp side is not enough. He will need to have both sharp side plus the chambers. So by him blocking with the Pantheon, he ended up putting himself in a bad spot. Now it does mean that we lose the syncopation, so now we're vulnerable to like Concerted Strikes later on the Viego or the Hydrobind. But he's gonna have to deal with Kindred one way or the other.
Tell me a story, Lamb. Once there was a star that crashed down to Earth. Did it crush anyone?
I love this stuff.
Tried to, dear wolf, but it met its match. What happened to it? The star was returned, and from it, a man was reborn.
I love the voice lines from Kindred. Yeah, so there you go. It wasn't sharp side, he ended up in Pale Cascade, but he still gets punished by just having the twin. I guess we didn't have to do syncopation, we could have just committed a twin on the we could have just committed a twin on the encroaching mist right from the start, and he wouldn't have had the answer for it. Getting a second twin is pretty good. Pretty damn good, though.
I am ready. Please, I have connection.
I'm gonna block it. I'm not gonna commit the twin just yet. Because ideally I want him to have another unit before we trigger the Kindred, right? So here, if he taps out of a way to kill the Kindred, we can always glimpse. He decides not to. That's very cool. We'll just do the Hydrobind. He has a choice. He has to either kill Kindred or kill the Hydrobind. He won't be able to kill both. I guess this is a little bit of a pain, right? Because here you can kill the Kindred with the Pantheon. Pantheon is going to level up next turn. We don't have a stun to be able to stop the Pantheon level up. But we will have a big... the encroaching mist is going to get bigger and bigger. If he commits Concerted Strike and the encroaching mist, we can always glimpse beyond to be able to kill the Pantheon. So he's going to commit it on this instead, which is, you know, the smart way to do it. So now this levels up. I think we go ahead and just draw right now. just to make sure that we can potentially draw a stun or a vengeance to deal with the Pantheon. And we have the perfect hand, so now we can deal with the spell shield, right? So if he has the spell shield, I mean, attacking with this doesn't matter, because attacking with this is just gonna block with that. He also doesn't. He also lost the trigger for because we glimpsed the concerted strike got fizzle, so he also lost the trigger right here. So sure, he gets that. He gets this, I mean, but then we have enough to do vengeance plus battle feast, which plays around a spell shield, right? And it's possible he just doesn't get the spell shield at all, and if he doesn't get the spell shield at all, then we can just vengeance. Doesn't get the spell shield at all. He does get scout though. But he doesn't have quick attack, so if he tries to scout the Hydrovine, am I okay with that? I think I am. Okay, he's just gonna go after the Spiderling. I guess that's fair. We'll just do the vengeance right now. He could have another Pantheon. He could have his third Pantheon, and there's the Bastion, and then we do the Battle Feast, and he has no way to stop this. And now he doesn't have a second Pantheon. He doesn't have enough mana for another Pantheon. And next turn we just summon the Viego, who's gonna be really big at this point because of all the encroaching miss, while also having Twin Discipline backup. And that should be more or less game, right? Because he has no way to kill the Hydroman right now, even with single combat. Might as well just get our attack in, I think. I think we just go ahead and get this attack. Although I guess we don't have to. What we can do is just play the Viego. Now let's get our attack in. Let's get some damage in, see what he does first. Yeah, there you go. We'll play the Viego right now. We have enough mana for a deny. We have enough mana for a deny, so we can protect against a concerted strike right here. Viego continues to get bigger, as well as... And now we also draw the stun, so... I think he's locked down, right? We even have Vengeance on top of it. I don't need to block with the encroaching miss. Do I want to vengeance this? I think we can. I think we just vengeance this. We could have also just twin, by the way. But I'm just gonna vengeance it because he has barely any units left. And that was his biggest unit, right? The good thing about, if you guys don't know this interaction, if nothing dies in the round, and you have an encroaching miss that dies at the end of the round, that means you get another encroaching miss at the beginning of the turn. So you end up with this, right? Here we just attack with everything. He shouldn't have enough units to block this. Like, this is lethal just from the encroaching miss and the Hydrovine. And Viego's gonna level up anyways. So Viego's gonna level up here on the attack. So yeah, GG's. There we go. We dealt with the two Pantheons because of the Vengeance plus Battle Feast play. And then we were able, I guess the first Pantheon we dealt with it because of the Kindred, and then the second Pantheon we were able to deal with it this way. With the Battle Feast Vengeance. But yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Sejuani Gnar. Huh. I think the Hydra might be a little bit too early because I feel like their deck is going to be able to just kill us way before we get to that point. I like the Battle Feast though. But I also feel like I'm going to need the Hydra at some point. I think I have to let it go because I think this deck kind of plays a little bit lower cost units first. And I want to be able to kill them beforehand. If we had Kindred, I feel like I'm more comfortable. Yeah, so obviously I kept the Battle Feast exactly for this reason. Unfortunately, if he has the Stone Stackers, then... Yeah, there's not a lot that we can do here, huh? I guess we'll do it like this. I think what we're gonna do is actually the Ravenous. on the stones. I think we're gonna have to take this 3 damage. So I think taking this 3 damage is okay for now. Just because we can do the Ravenous Butcher on it, if we need to. Or now we can just do this instead. And now we can do the Ravenous Butcher on the miss. And we have the Spider to still be able to kill the Chemist if we need to. We could have attacked with Excalibur Soldier, so that was a slight misplay on my part. Didn't think it through. So Teeny Dactyl here will be annoying. Gnar isn't so bad. Because we do have the stun for the Gnar. I think I do want to stop him from getting that Pokestick. So Gnar is still going to level up no matter what. But at least we take the Pokestick out of the way. This is the awkward part right here. Like, we don't have our champions. We kicked away the Hydrovan a little bit ago. We could just Glimpse right here. I think that would have been fine as well. I'm trying to see if the Vengeance here is better than doing it later. I think I'm gonna just do it right now. This is always gonna die anyways. This is gonna get pulled through next turn, so I'm just gonna attack with it. Okay, if he blocks like that, that's fine, because this is the one that has Overwhelm. I mean, he's gonna get a trigger next turn, so Sejuani is gonna be a 4 out of 5. And again, still no champions. Okay, we finally get a champion, at least. If he does Sejuani right now, then that's good for us. Okay, so it's gonna be the Gnar. I like doing the Viego. Let's start working on the Viego level up. So obviously you can attack here. We'll just block with the Butcher. I don't think it matters. We are gonna take a lot of damage, but we can start working on the Viego level up condition. Next what we could do is like Glimpse into the tail of the dragon. Which is that actually the smart way to do it though? I think it's probably because then this gets punished by like a Pokestick, right? So I think it has to just be the Glimpse and the tail of the dragon. Let's continue to advance our Viego and go like this. Because if Viego becomes pretty big, he's also gonna have a kind of a big issue. As long as he doesn't have Sejuani, we should be okay. Yeah, he's just gonna Pokestick face. Yeah, so that's why I didn't want to do the fading icon, because obviously it would have meant that he could just Pokestick the fading icon away. A little bit unfortunate. I mean, could we level up the Viego right here? So each one of the miss is gonna be 4, so that's gonna be 8. That's gonna take me to. It's gonna take me to 16. Yeah, because he's never blocking this, right? And we attack with everything. He's never blocking this at all. And if he doesn't block any, I guess he's blocking the miss, right? So he's gonna be blocking the miss, but he's not gonna block the other guys because he's obviously gonna be scared of just dying to like the stuff, right? So there's no way for us. I guess we could level him up, right? So this is a little bit cheeky, but I think it's actually worth it. Does this work? Let's test it out. This is 4. Yeah, this should work, right? So we level up the Viego, and now we can steal. We either steal this guy. We have the stun as well to protect our stuff. So now we can steal either the Mammoth or we stop the Gnar. Okay, he's gonna steal the Mammoth. So now we have our own Mammoth Rager, which is a pretty good blocker against most of the stuff he's gonna have. We still have the stun, and we also have the Atrocity, right? And now we have an Overwhelm unit that's gonna be attacking next turn. I think the biggest thing here is going to be the stun. As long as we have the stun, we're okay. Yeah, because whatever he tries to drag with this, he's going to try to kill us with the Overwhelm. But because we have the stun, we should be available to just be able to just stop anything he might do. Here we can just do the Mammoth Rager in front of his unit. mean, if he wants to just kill his Mammoth Rager, that's okay with me. We could also just replace the Raider right here, by the way. I think that's actually better. So that way we kill the Sejuani. So now, in this turn, we're going to kill the Sejuani, meaning he's not going to be able to freeze our units. And then we attack with everything, and we just win the game, right? So by killing the Sejuani, we guarantee that we're able to... So by replacing the Mammoth, and then killing the Sejuani, we guarantee that he has no way to freeze our whole board. I think that the twin discipline play with the Ravenous Butcher ended up winning us the game there. Like, the level of Viego, he couldn't do anything about it. But yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Ziggs Taliyah. So this is a little bit of an awkward matchup. Syncopation might actually not be back because it's a cheap way for us to play around the Rite of Arcane. I'm gonna keep the whole hand here. Because I want to be able to somehow counter the Rite of Arcane. And if it's not twin, it's gonna have to be Kindred. I mean, it's gonna have to be Syncopation. We have the Battle Feast to be able to deal with Rockhopper here. Although I think it's just better to just give him the Lookout. Because if he attacks this, all he's doing is just getting us the Kindred at 3. So then here we can do the Kindred now. So the reason I summon Kindred right now is because I don't want her to get vulnerable. So I want to be able to defend against like okay, I guess he's just gonna stun it. I want to be able to defend against like certain things that he might have.
Did somebody say explosives?
I like the Soldier, but I also like the Lookout a lot because the Lookout can start working. I think it has to be the Soldier. And then we block and set him up to die to a Battle Feast. Because now he's going to be vulnerable to a Battle Feast that he needs to be careful of. As long as he's vulnerable to a Battle Feast, then he's fine. Here we can do the Green Gate Lookout. Problem is going to be Rite of Arcane, right? So Rite of Arcane is able to destroy the Head's Minefield, as well as kill our unit. I'm going to do this first. I'm going to do this first and just tag the Devout. Even though I'm not going to get any value from the Lookout. Now it's going to kill the Devout. So that way we don't lose the Lookout just for free. Because I'm going to see if I can greed out double Lookout hit. This is great because this lets me kill like a unit. Like one of my own units. And tag. Yeah. So now that Taliyah is going to get tagged, right? So now that Taliyah is going to die no matter what. I guess he could have the Stasis right here. Or he could have a way to kill... So this is why I love the Ravenous Butcher in this deck so much. Because he combines so good with Taliyah. We could have also used Glimpse instead. Which, you know, probably was a better option to be honest. Don't think it's necessary though. What he's probably going to do here is going to be Rite of Arcane. To try to kill the Kindred. That's why we get the Syncopation. Oh, it doesn't have it. That's huge. That's actually huge. So I'm going to open attack. And just get my 7 damage in. So I can discount the Hydrovine. And summon the Hydrovine for sits. And still have access for both of Syncopation and Glimpse. So I like this play. Just getting the Hydrovine trigger. So that we have access to both of these cards. And this is Rite of Negation that we talked about. So we can just Syncopate right here, and we already got the value. We'll go ahead and do the Hydrovine so that we have access to the Glimpse. My concern here is going to be... so if he has... If he has a second Rite of Negation, like if he has a second Rite of Arcane, then this is gonna be a problem. Or if he has the Arsenal next turn. You could also have the Rite of Negation instead. Actually, second Rite of Arcane doesn't do it anymore because now our Kindred goes up to 6 health because she's leveled up, so she's getting 2/2 every time we slay a unit. And we get the Viego. Okay, so this game is looking pretty good for us. Arsenal is the biggest problem right here. So Arsenal is the big issue because if the Arsenal gets like the elusive, then it becomes a problem, right? Ooh, no Arsenal. That's pretty good then, right? I think we just summon Viego right here and start trying to level up the Viego instead. Now, we did tap ourselves out of a lot of things. But I think I'm okay with that. He could have ways to stun us. So if he has a way to like stun our whole board, that could be a problem. Doesn't look like he does though, so I'm just gonna do this, right? I'm just gonna do this. If he kills the Kindred, I think Kindred already did her job. Viego's gonna start leveling up if he's not careful. Like Kindred already did what she needed to do, so I think I'm okay letting this go. It's kind of awkward now because obviously I don't want to use the glimpse. I guess using the glimpse doesn't matter, right? Puts me at 4. I think it's fine. It puts me at 4. You shouldn't have anything for 1 mana that stops this. This guarantees that we kill the Kindred, the Taliyah, sorry. And then we just open attack next turn with a big board and be able to win the game, right? Because now he shouldn't have a way to burst speed stun us. Because the only way they have to like do a burst speed stun is with the Unleash Energy. But he doesn't have enough. He doesn't have a unit to be able to target with the Unleash Energy, right? So this should be lethal. We have Deny and we also have Spirit's Refuge as backup. And there we go. Whew. So the point ended up not getting the Arsenal, so ended up working out for us. But that was a little bit of a scary turn. I thought that Taliyah was gonna have enough damage to kill us through the Overwhelm, but it ended up not being the case. So yeah, I wonder if I guess he didn't have the Shapestone because otherwise he would have done both targets with the Absorber on the Taliyah, and that would have been lethal. So yeah, GG's. It's gonna be Draven. Sorry, Ezreal Caitlyn. I'm so used to seeing Ezreal Draven that I automatically assume that is that one. But obviously, as you guys saw our Caitlyn Ezreal video, now I think like this is actually a pretty good version. This is not a bad hand. The problem is that Kindred's going to be very vulnerable to a lot of things, right? So it's very likely for Kindred to just die. I'm going to do the Lookout. This is going to force him to have to do a Mystic Shot or get excited on this. If he wants to give us the value here, I'm okay with that too. I'd rather just get the value from that right now instead of potentially losing that later on, right? I think I'll do the Prey right here. Now, he could have a Static Shock. Will be a little bit annoying. We have the Vengeance for the Caitlyn next turn if we need to. Okay, he does have the Static. Alright. I'm actually going to not play the Glimpse right here. I think the Glimpse can be used better later to try to get like a Kindred trigger. I'm going to do the Kindred right now. I'm gonna assume he has a way to kill her. And it's gonna be the Flock, right? So he's gonna be able to flock this now. There it is. I think now we actually do... Now we should actually do the Glimpse and start looking for other things for us to protect ourselves. My problem with Viego is that Viego is too vulnerable at 4 health, so I think what we're going to have to do is going to be the Counter-Wearing Soldier and just do the Ravenous Butcher. I think this is obviously going to be a game where we cannot rely on the Kindred. Obviously, she already died, but it's fine. We'll have to just rely on the Viego. I'm going to do this now while I can. If he passes, I'm willing to pass right back. I guess the only thing that can kill the Viego is going to be like a Thermal. I mean, a Tri-Beam. Or Thermo, actually. Either one of them. It's gonna just draw. So by us playing Viego, we open ourselves up to a Thermo. But we do have the deny to be able to protect against it. Just the Piltover Peacemaker. If he does this, it means he has another flock, right? Ah. How do we do this? No Hydroban is very awkward. Not having the Hydroban is very awkward. Scorched Earth? I would like to deny this, but I don't think it's worth it. I think it's just worth it to do the second Viego instead. Because the deny is going to be better for their tribing. So deny is going to be a lot better for their tribing. Yeah, I think we just do the second Viego and just have him have the tribing. Because the big tempo swing is going to be from a big tribing. 3 spells in the top 5 cards of this deck. So that's a little bit annoying. Another Piltover Peacemaker. So again, we make ourselves vulnerable to a flock or another or a second Scorched Earth.
Well, what have we here?
I think we'll do it like this. We do have access to Spear's Refuge to just kill the Caitlyn. Scorched Earth again. So yeah, I think now we actually have to deny this. I would have loved to leave that for... I would have loved to leave that for something better. But I don't think we have a choice. I'm actually willing to do the Spear's Refuge. So now this is not vulnerable to a flock. So now we just have to be careful. I'm gonna do Kindred right now. So now we have 2 threats that he has to worry about. That's the big tribing that we talked about. We'll do this right now. And if he has another ping, then he has another ping. And he does. Okay. He has the second ping then, right? Luckily we do have Vengeance. Now we also have a Kindred set up. So we can start slowly killing the rest of his board out. I guess we don't have to kill anything right now, because whatever he does right here is gonna probably just die. Yeah, let's get our 4 damage in. Yeah, we can just attack. We can keep the battle piece for later on. He decides not to do it. So I guess we can just battle piece right now then, right? Let's get the ping from the Kindred and call it a day. This is annoying because it's an overwhelm unit. That is very annoying. So that's two Viegos gone just because of the freaking... And we know he has...
We'll crack this yet.
We just do this. Problem is that it leaves the Caitlyn alive, unfortunately for us. I think we have no choice but to do this. I think we just have to do this. Caitlyn's gonna stay alive, but I don't think we can take this 8 damage. He can go ahead and kill the... Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and kill this because he just has double Piltover Peace. How many of this has he played? Holy crap. We still kill his whole board, except for Caitlyn. The problem is that he's going to have a lot of flash bombs, right? So our units are going to be very vulnerable. We definitely need the Hydrobind. Without the Hydrobind, I don't see how we win this anymore. I'm just going to get my 6 damage in. So I'm going to do it like this. And I'm just going to let the flash bombs hit nothing. Alright. I guess we have to just spend the mana right now. So I'm gonna wait to summon this until at least some of the flash bombs are out of the way.
Everything's easier behind a mask.
We can wait until they attack to do it. Yeah, that's why I wanted to wait for the attack. I wanted to wait for him to. We're gonna take the 3 damage here. It's a little bit unfortunate, but that's not gonna be a big deal. I guess we could have done the Battle Feast and then just force him to do the Gal right now. That could have been okay too. Again, at this point, we need to try to get our Hydro Mine. Because he's always going to have enough. He's always going to be able to get rid of our blockers because of how many flash bombs we have in our deck. He also has a stun now available. And we got it. Oh, never mind. That's 8 of the flash bombs already. So we got the Hydro Mine that we just talked about. Now he could have a Thermal or have a second Tri-Beam. Caitlyn. So obviously we cannot attack right here. Because if we attack, then the Caitlyn just gets to kill us. Because the Caitlyn's doing 8 damage right now because of the flash bombs, by the way. And he has a second. He got the second Tri-Beam. So he ends up not mattering anyways. We obviously have to do this, and then if we get any other flash bombs, then we lose anyways. He also has the stun. That's enough damage to kill us. Unfortunately, he needs to just open. He shouldn't think about it. Yeah, because he has enough damage to kill us because of the decimate. So yeah, GG's there. A little bit unfortunate our hand shaped out. We were forced. Maybe using the deny to save the Viego was wrong. We should have probably saved it to just actually deny the Tri-Beam. But yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Scouts, and the Scouts should be a very bad matchup for us. They should be able to just rush us down pretty quickly. I don't know if the Hydroban is the right play, unfortunately, because of how late the Hydroban comes into the game, right? Like, I would love to keep the Hydroban, but I feel like by turn 7, I'm gonna be dead. I think it's still great to keep the Hydroban. I think we need something more removal based. Okay, we ended up getting the Hydroban back anyways. Because the problem here is that this is gonna die to the Misfortune, right? So it becomes a little bit annoying having the fading icon. Double Soldier is pretty good because Viego's gonna get really big. I hate doing the fading icon because every time when you do the fading icon, the opponent will be able to just pull the other one for free, the prey for free. So I think I'm gonna just stretch in the 2 mana. This is better because this way now we can do the Butcher. Okay, I mean, now I just do the Soldier, right? And he doesn't have a way to kill this. Like, now his attack gets Fizzle here. I mean, he could kill the 1-drop here, but it's not a big deal. I guess we'll just do the Butcher and the Encroaching Mist, might as well, since we have nothing else to do with the Encroaching Mist at the moment. We could also just save the Butcher for later on for a play with Viego. I wonder how much better that is. Or do I need the blockers? I think I need the blockers. I think I need the blockers rather than trying to play around with the Ravenous Butcher. What I will do though is keep my Butcher here on the field. This was probably better off on their attack turn, by the way. But I think I just want to be mana efficient and get the Viego to be bigger and bigger. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to get the Viego to be bigger and bigger, and then just here we summon the Viego. I guess a Citra will be a bit of a problem. Citra will be a bit of a problem. Also, he can potentially kill the Viego if he has stuff like... Like, if he has stuff like Sharp Sights, he could kill the Viego here. So maybe actually... It's a mistake to do it that way, to do the Viego right now. Maybe the Viego is better next turn when we have mana to defend it with a Concussive Palm. I just hate the fact that we're losing so much value by Viego being here. Because if he has double Sharp Sight, let's say he has double Sharp Sight. If he has double Sharp Sight, am I okay with that? I think I am. I think if he has double Sharp Sight, that's 2 cards that he has to spend. He's still losing whatever unit he does the double Sharp Sight on. And those are 2 Sharp Sights that we don't have to worry about later on. So even if we lose a Viego here, I think it's going to be okay. Alright, now if he has the double Sharp Sight, it's a little bit more annoying. Because now he's able to kill the Viego while also Yeah, so double sharp side would be a problem, but he's still spending 2 mana to do this. And if he's attacking this way, he actually won't be able to kill us with double sharp side because we can block. Actually, we never died to double sharp side because we have the glimpse. So we never died to double sharp side because we have the glimpse. So a glimpse would allow us to over survive. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take this block right here where we kill the challenger. It does suck leaving the scout alive though. So okay, so he's just gonna do the sharp side here instead. I mean that's fine. I think I'm always killing the challenger. The challenger is more important than anything else. Now we have a Viego that's gonna be becoming bigger and bigger here. We still have the stun for us, and then we're gonna have a Hydrovine that's gonna be set up here very shortly. We can just go ahead and open attack here. He's not gonna have a blocker for this because he doesn't have a fearsome blocker. So let's get our 8 damage in. We'll do the fading icon. We have fearsome blockers, and we also have a stun, right? I think we won't be able to do the Hydrovine this time. Oh, we also have Vengeance. Okay, so this is pretty good now, right? Because we can just stun Vengeance. If he develops, we can just stun. So he's gonna try to do for Demacia, right? So we have to have just deny for that. Do we need to? Yeah, I guess we'll just do it like this. Yeah, I think we'll just do it like this. The moment that he does the for Demacia, I think we just do the deny and call it a day. And then we summon the Hydrovine and call it a day. Or we could also just stun instead and block everything else and save the deny for like a rally. But I think it's too valuable for him to do this. So the problem is that we're gonna lose the prey, right? So we're gonna lose the prey for free. Because he can just kill this guy. He's deciding not to. Alright. I think we just do this. If nothing dies this round, we can actually get 2 encroaching miss next turn, which is actually more important. So we're not gonna attack, because what we want to do is, because nothing dies this round, it means that we actually get 2 encroaching miss next turn. Meaning that we have plenty of blockers for his Citria. Right? 1. And then the second one from the Hydrovine, 2. Now, we have multiple ways here to just win. We have stun, we have, glimpse. And actually, the moment that one of these things dies, we're going to summon another encroaching miss. So yeah, I think he already knows the game is over. Because Viego also levels up right here. But yeah, we were able to stabilize there, probably because the opponent didn't get Misfortune. So he ended up working out for us. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Pirate Aggro. I mean, while we don't have stuff like Whales, we do have stuff like Biofeast, and I feel like we have a decent enough number of blockers that we should still be okay because come over in Soldier kind of giving us extra value. No Biofeast kind of sucks, but I mean, we only mulligan 2 cards away, so I think that's reasonable to expect. Yeah, so then it's gonna depend on whatever he does right here, right? I think we have to just go for the fading icon, even if we're not getting any value from it. Just so that we take as little amount of damage as we can. We can do the green gray look on next turn. Or we could do the soldier. I think the soldier is better. Gives me access to the butcher this turn. So we still have 2 blockers for everything here. Plus we still have the stun available. I think Green Gate Luca might be better than the stun though. We'll see. If he develops... Ooh, okay. Well, this is much better now, right? This is much better because it's blockers for everything. Sure, if you want to give it to me like this is fine with me. I think this is completely okay with me, right? Should I save any of them? I guess it's a consideration of saving the soldier. Let's save one blocker. Let's save at least one blocker just so that we're not like taken off guard by not having enough blockers. So I'm willing to save one of the soldiers here. That, you know, he gave us the misfortune as well. It means that he probably has another misfortune, or he just doesn't care about it, which is also completely reasonable. Here we can do the lookout, which means that we can get the Hydrobind next turn.
No prey, no pay.
If he doesn't block, we get value twice. There we go. He decides not to block.
I have my orders.
Next turn we have the stun, and we're also gonna have the Hydrobind that we can start setting up. We could just Vengeance as well. Now he gave us the stun, so now we can just do this instead. So now we remove one of his, units that he's gonna damage with. He decides that he's still gonna attack with everything instead of Misfortune. So now we get to develop our Hydrobind and just be able to win the game this way. Not scared of a Gangplank, because obviously we're gonna have the Vengeance. Yeah, he should never have let me get 2 hits with a 2-drop. So down to 8 HP, right? I guess this is 1+1. This is gonna be a little bit of damage here that we have to worry about. We attack with everything. Goes down to 4. If we top deck an Atrocity, he's gonna be in trouble. We can deny the next Decimate. We can Vengeance the Gangplank or the Misfortune if we need to. I don't even know if the Gangplank is actually a problem right now. He's not leveled up yet, right? But I was thinking I needed to actually Vengeance the... Okay, so we'll just do this then. That's 1 less damage and we're healing 1. And he does this and we can just deny that. So I like denying this because he gets us the heal. We have a blocker for the Gangplank. This is going to do 1 more damage, which is okay. We have a blocker for the Fearsome. Like, he has to block with everything next turn. We just do this right here. There shouldn't be anything that he has to beat us next turn. We even have the Twin to push the last point of damage. Because he has to block with everything, right? I think the second Hydrobind is okay. He only has one more card, so there was nothing that he could have done here to stop this. And that's game. Again, I think his big mistake was letting our 2-drop hit twice, because then he made the Hydrobind cost 5 and allow us to just win the game from there. But yeah. That's the problem with aggro against this deck. We can have enough blockers, and they don't really have a great way to kind of deal with it. So they kind of ran out of resources before they could do anything else. But yeah. GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed those games. I think it was a bunch of really fun games that we had today during the recording session, and you can kind of see the variety there where Kindred sometimes becomes a powerhouse, other times it's Viego just leveling up and finishing the game automatically. Usually when Viego levels up, the game is pretty much going to be over for the most part. Really fun deck, really strategic deck. So if you're a fan of Viego and this style of deck, I really recommend this deck specifically. In terms of mulligan, you kind of saw there, a lot of times I like keeping Kindred. Usually, a lot of times I might not keep Viego, but sometimes I will. But definitely for sure, I'm always keeping at least 1 Kindred and start working to setting her up. I always keep the Carnivorous Soldier as well. Pretty good card. I'll keep the Bile Feast if I know that the opponent has some 1 health units that I can take advantage of that. And then the Gnar Lookout is really good keep as well, because a lot of times you're going to join to one of your 3 champions, right? Again, Hydrobind is like another champion in this deck. So usually those are the cards that I will keep. You know, it will depend matchup by matchup, depending on what you feel like you're going to need to play against. So just keep that in mind. But anyways, hope you enjoyed those games and you enjoyed this deck. If you like what you see, please make sure to subscribe below and like this video. It will support us a lot. You can also catch us at Twitch and at Twitch Sirturmund, where we stream about 3 to 4 times a week. And you can also catch us on our Discord group and Twitter. The links to those are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.